This is your podcast show. Yes, Super's real savage talk. Relationships. Talking about relationships. We're talking about love. We're talking about trust. We're talking about your feelings, my feelings, and everything above. Yeah. At 7 o'clock we talk about what makes love. What makes people just love one another. Yes, it's your girl Super Savage. The podcast, Super Real Savage Talks. Live in love, I'll teach you how to be a boss. With my Super Real Savage Talk. Man, always around with the best advice. Don't never think twice. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you for listening to me. One thing about this podcast, the listeners, they are the best. They are the best. They are the best I ever had. Tune in to my show. Give you the best advice about the relationships that you care about the most. What's up? Super Savage. This is Super Real Savage Talk. What's going on, y'all? You know what time it is. It's the weekend, baby. How's everybody weekend been going? That's what's up. All right. We're talking about today the men that are with 6 wives, okay? They got numbers of kids. One of them got 29 kids. I just want to know what make you want to do that. First of all, it's against the law. Second of all, how big is your bed? Yes. So I want y'all to welcome y'all to Super Real Savage Talks, the hottest podcast show, okay? And I'm bringing you topic after topic of hot rundown, okay? Let's talk marriage, but not just any marriage. Like I said, 6 wives, 29 kids. We're going to see how this arrangement is agreed upon and why. Later on, we're also going to do the oldest married couple. Not their age, how long they've been and our quote of the day. You don't want to miss it. Super Real Savage Talks. I'm your host, Super Savage. What's the road, how your day going? And how your weekend and your nights are flowing. You can always talk and listen to me. Keep secrets, I won't tell nobody. Sit on my couch in my podcast lounge, and I pull up a chair and sit, and we can conversate and reminisce on sorry about that. I'm back though. Your host Super Savage. Real Super Savage Talks. Welcome to the best podcast. I'm going to let y'all know right now we're getting close to the season finale. And y'all know what that means. Top interviews and performances. All right. Now, for women, they're called polygrays. And polygamy is for men. And it's the state of marriage in which, the spouses practice multiple married spouses. When it's all said and done, sociologists basically say that this is illegal, but a woman can do it and have more than one husband, or a man can do it and have more than one wife. That just seems like a lot of headache for me. It really does. It really does. Let's go ahead and we're going to talk about how this started. It started with Henry V. Henry V, he ruled England for 36 years. So it started in about 1509. He was an English Renaissance and a protest Reformation. He was a tremendous monarchy, romantic lifestyle. He really went into political things. His marriage kept him in the spotlight. He had 6 wives, and despite the trouble that the government was getting into as far as his place, everything was falling by the wayside. The political unifications, the desperate quest for him to just do anything with the foreign policy implications, and this led into the Church of Rome breaking up because nothing was getting done. He was too busy beheading 2 of his wives. He was having sex and then killing them. What a messed up way to go. If you gonna go, but I guess if you gonna go after you get you a nut. I guess. I'm just saying. Let's look into their lives and see just a little bit about the wives. Now, he had 6 wives, like I said. I think only one of them outlived him. So he was born. His first wife. Let's see here. She was her name was Katherine. She could not bear kids, so he probably did kill her. They should have figured that out in the beginning, don't you think? Well, in the dating part, or is he just going through the town picking out folks? I want to marry her. Get her. Never mind, off with her head. You know what I'm saying? Like, how you pick? Because we're going on a date. I'm going to say I can't have kids. Don't still marry me and then kill me for not having kids, because I told you I could. Yeah, but she couldn't bear any sons. So she was 17 when they married, and she was from Spain. And the only child to survive Henry was Catherine's daughter. She couldn't have boys. So I wonder how did that go. But hey, the first child was born 1516. She remained by his side for 23 years. So, you know, that was something. You know. She stayed on his good side. Yeah. Now he cheated on her with Elizabeth Bouse, which was one of Catherine's homegirls. Ain't that something? And she had a child by him too. So here you go, popping at these kids. Then he was he had a mistress, a fondess called Anne. Now Anne, she was beheaded. I don't think she was married to him for too long. She spent most of her childhood in France. Anne was she was a part of the Roman Catholic Church, and so she didn't have no interest in being no mistress. She said, I ain't gonna be your side piece. I'm gonna be your wifey. And got herself killed. Okay. Jesus. Okay. Jane Sawyer. She died after giving birth to one of his sons. So that's 3 wives dead. And she was a strategist. She was a strategist. She was very, very smart, articulate. There was another Anne Cleves, and they were only married for 6 months. So yeah, looks like here that she got a good settlement. He tried to halt the wedding, but because of the arrangements, they had to progress. He really didn't want to marry her. He got her knocked up and then married her. So, okay, that's what's up. Katherine Howard is his next wife. She was treasured and then executed. She was married at 19 years old, and she was a lady of Anne's Cleves. So he just married all the Anne Cleves on her. Now Catherine Parr, she outlived Henry, and she was the peacemaker. She didn't get beheaded, and I bet she was glad to see that old man. Because, baby, he had to take a dirt nap, okay? Wow. But when Henry died, she died a year after, so that was basically they probably were in true love. And you can see that on the History Channel as well. Now, let's listen and look at Tom's story. Tom Green is a 51-year-old man that lives in the desert. Now, he was found out to have 6 wives and 29 kids in 1999. He went to prison for this shit, so he knew. So when they did the documentary or whatever, he had left his church, the Latter-day Saints, 2 decades earlier to indulge in this mess. And the church said he can't come back. He was convicted by the court of law and went to prison and got out in 2007. So he did his time. But why the wives didn't go? That's what I want to know. The wives. They both had to say, I do. That was weird. You know what I'm saying? So he was out on parole in 2007. His wives don't see anything wrong with it. They respect him. They don't look at him as no pervert. I would, but... Now, the cameras did not really detect jealousy. But they did reveal that 2 of the wives were mothers and daughters. So he was going with the mama and the daughter. So he was, this is my thing. So basically, you had a woman, you had sex with that woman, y'all had a child, and now you having sex with the child. Yeah, you a pervert. You a damn pervert. Yeah. Children were homeschooled, and some of them were a lot older or the same age as one another. He thought about taking in a 7th wife. Are you serious? He had a romantic crush on his son. So the woman don't even like you. She like the son. You gonna give me let somebody else get some cootie cat? Are you gonna she had a crush on the son. I wouldn't even say nothing because he wasn't even looking at her then. Now, during the course of this film, a lot of family bizarre living arrangements, sex exchange, and sex life was challenging to support his big family. He just made a little bit over $36,000 a year. Now, he thought he was the only man doing this, but there's more than 50,000 practitioners of this legal polygamy in the region. Over 50,000. So you can also view this on the History Channel. It's called 1 Man, 6 Wives, and 29 Children, which equals probably fascination and horror at the same time. Oh, Lord. That is so crazy. When we return on Real Super Savage Talks, we're going to be looking at the oldest marriage. How long can one person be married to another person? You'll never guess. Stay tuned, Super Savage. Times. If you got some time, stop by. This is the real, the savage, the super savage, the anyway they gotta have it. The Super Real Savage Talk podcast. Listen to me every Wednesday and Saturday. I'm giving love advice, relationship advice, parenting advice. If you just want somebody to talk to, I can do that too. The Super Real Savage Talk podcast. Listen to me. Yeah, we're going to try at 7 o'clock. 7 to 8, 7 to 7:30. When we can start, please. And we fuck the best that you listen. Super Savage got the advice. Super Real Savage Talk. Bringing you the hottest topics. And we're talking about today a man that's married to 6 women. Now let's go ahead to our next segment. Our next segment is when 2 people really, really love each other. I don't know if people have seen this, but like my grandma and grandpa were married for 30, 40 years. But Herbert Fisher and Zamaya Fisher from the United States. They were married on May the 13th, 1924 in North Carolina. They've been married for over 86 years. 86 years, guys. 290 days as of February the 27th, 2011, when Mr. Fisher passed away. I think that this says a lot about what can and can't be done. That's love. And that's a marriage. I mean, I'm not saying all marriage is supposed to be 86 years, but just imagine if he wouldn't have died, it would have been 90 years, then 100 years, and I mean, on and on. They're in the Guinness Book of World Records for this, and we're going to go come up with your quote of the day. I try to make quote of the day something revolving around basically what the topic was. So this is about family. Now, a man who dares to waste 1 hour of time has not discovered the value of life. But basically, this is by Charles Darwin. And you can get that off of brainyquote.com on topics on life quotes. And that is our time, people. Love each other. Take care of each other. Treat each other right. And love yourselves. Because this is Super Savage. And this is the real Super Savage talk. If you have any questions or concerns about today's listening podcast, feel free to hit me up at Miss Real Super Savage, Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram, or RobinBuckley18@gmail. And that's our time. Love ya. Stay blessed. This is your podcast show. Yes. Super's Real Savage Talk. Relationships. Talking about relationships. I'm talking